It's Henry the Weeder Man. I'm working on this MS-271. I'm getting ready to put the gasket sealant on. I got all my parts laid out. I got my cylinder ready. Piston's already in it. I got my gasket material. I got my tool set up to use it. I got a special made tool that I use to push it on here and kind of lay it out real good. Kind of hard to see it. Show you what I'm doing. So I take out the gasket material. You don't want to have it real thick, but you want to be real thin either. So what I do is I just paint it with my tool over the area that I had pre-bent and lay it out on the area, making sure that I fill in the reservoir that it's got there. Get it right up on the gasket, up on the seal area. Just a nice even coat. You want this, and then I'll vacuum test it, see how our work turned out. I'll show you once I'm done putting this on there how it looks. You got to get all that whole area covered. Be slightly generous, but not too generous. This tool I got, I'll show you. The tool I got is bent, and it allows me to apply a nice even coat on the sealing area that the cylinder is going to meet on the base. And I like this stuff because it doesn't set up right away. I've had other stuff that, heck, as soon as I broke it out, it was setting up. No way I could have done this right. I've seen a bunch of different techniques. I think it all depends what works for you. Come on, tube. Air bubble. I want to get that. The clearance on this mating surfaces are tight. It will push this RTV right out. That's why you just put a thin coat on it. Some people do the bearing race. I've never seen a Stihl with it on there when I take them apart. So I don't know how I would do this one. All right, there we go. I got it painted. Put my tool off. Surface painted. I'm gonna go ahead and put my cylinder and crank back in. And I got to hold this bottom because I want it to slide out. This, you're coming at an angle on this one because of the clutch. And then land it. Now this is something I do. So I push down with my hands because I figure if I can do it with my hands, then you got to make sure it comes back off that crank. And I will check it real quick. And I got contact all the way around. Put it back in. Doesn't usually fight me too much. We got good contact. Can't push it all the way down because the screws are going to pull it in. So you got one long one. One long one goes there. I'm just going to draw this in a little bit. And the rest are regular size. You want to pull it in on even. And I'm sure some of these screws, when I put them in, they're gonna go through the RTV and almost act like a stop. There she goes, nice and even. And then I'll check it, make sure she's torqued down right. And I got sealing all the way around. It looks like come out, and the seals are nice and tight in there. So I don't know how you could put it on them or would. Like I said, I've never seen it. What is that? That's a T27. It locks that cylinder down, by the way, in case you want to know. And I'm just checking them. And I'll retorque them. All right, I'll let that set and I'll get set up for a vacuum test. I'll put the muffler in, put a slide in there, and I'll figure out the intake. I got a kit that goes through the spark plug. I already have that tool. We'll do a vacuum test on it and see what we got. Cross your fingers. Let it sit and let it harden up for 24 hours. I like to at least do a day before I put it to work. You know, I got good sealing all the way around, so I'm happy. Got it on there just thick enough. So you gotta do, check your work. Those seals lock down in there, so I don't know how people put sealing around these seals, especially on this model, but they do. I'm going to put the nut on this. Will be in my next video. Is I always spin it for about a minute, get that piston and rings worked in real good, and make sure it's solid. And I got nothing binding up. All right, Henry the Weeder Man out.